They call it the Devil's Triangle, but I call it the place where reality forgets its rules. The Bermuda Triangle, an oceanic graveyard between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, where ships vanish, planes dissolve into thin air, and radios scream with static before going dead. Hey guys, before I take you deep into this mystery, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because what I'm about to tell you is not just a story. It's the truth I discovered when I dared to explore what no man should. It began one late evening when I was scrolling through dark archives online, reading accounts of Flight 19, 5 Navy bombers that disappeared on December 5, 1945, with 14 men aboard. The control tower said their compasses went crazy. The sky turned electric, and their voices trembled before silence swallowed them forever. No wreckage was ever found. A search plane sent after them vanished too. That was the first time I wondered if the Bermuda Triangle wasn't just a region, but a doorway, a cosmic throat swallowing everything that dared to challenge its secrets. Some say it's electromagnetic anomalies, others whisper about an underwater alien base pulsing energy fields that distort instruments. I didn't believe it. Not until I heard the voice myself. It was last summer. I was in London, working on my YouTube documentary about oceanic mysteries. A sailor named Edward Mallory messaged me from Bermuda, claiming he had seen something move beneath the waves. Not a submarine, not a creature, but a moving hole. He said it shimmered like glass and hummed like electricity. I booked my ticket immediately, thinking it was just another fisherman's exaggeration. But when I reached St. George's Harbor, the locals went silent when I mentioned Edward. He went sailing last week, one of them whispered, and he never came back. That night, I borrowed a small yacht named Aurelia and sailed out alone with my camera, determined to record evidence of what I thought was just a myth. The sea was calm, the air too still, like the ocean was holding its breath. Then my compass began spinning. My GPS flickered, showing impossible coordinates, one moment in the middle of the Atlantic, the next somewhere near the Arctic Circle. The radio crackled, and through the static, I heard Edward's voice. "It's not water. It's a mirror turned back before." The signal cut, and suddenly the horizon bent, literally folded in on itself. For a few seconds, I saw something. A massive whirlpool of light, silent and radiant, pulling stars downward like grains of sand. Science says the Bermuda Triangle is just coincidence, human error, unpredictable weather, methane gas eruptions, or freak waves. But standing there, with my yacht trembling like it was about to be lifted into the sky, I felt time stretch thin. My wristwatch stopped. My heart slowed. The sea wasn't water anymore. It looked like glass reflecting endless versions of myself staring back. I screamed, and the moment I did, everything went black. When I woke up, my boat was anchored near the shore, the sun high in the sky, my camera completely wiped, and 36 hours gone from my life. I had left at night, but it was 2 days later. Locals said a fisherman found my boat drifting aimlessly with no one aboard for hours. They asked me if I saw the lights too. I didn't answer. All I knew was something out there was aware, intelligent, and ancient. Theories about the Bermuda Triangle go far beyond science. Some believe it's the site of Atlantis, the lost city that sank thousands of years ago, whose power sources still pulse beneath the sea. Old sonar scans show massive geometric structures buried under the ocean floor, eerily symmetrical, like ruins of glass pyramids. In 2001, divers claimed to see 2 translucent structures deep beneath the surface, aligned perfectly to the stars, as if marking a gate. Others say it's a wormhole, a rip in space-time created by electromagnetic distortions. That would explain why time behaves erratically there, why clocks freeze, radios lose frequency, and pilots report seeing walls of clouds that look solid but let you through, into somewhere else. Some physicists argue that micro-black holes could occasionally open in that region, swallowing small objects before collapsing again. It sounds absurd until you read testimonies of pilots like Bruce Jernon, who in 1970 flew through a glowing tunnel-like cloud and found himself 100 miles away in minutes, with his instruments reading nonsense. His plane appeared on radar out of nowhere. Scientists dismissed him, but his experience matched mine too closely. Then there are paranormal theories, that the Bermuda Triangle is an interdimensional portal watched by extraterrestrial intelligence. Satellite images occasionally show perfect hexagonal clouds forming over it, releasing air bursts strong enough to flip ships. Some researchers call it air bombs. Others think it's a disguise, a camouflage field masking what lies beneath. A structure or perhaps a machine. People have reported UFOs darting in and out of the sea near the triangle, with speeds impossible for human technology. Even the U.S. Navy's top-secret Project Deep Wave is rumored to study energy readings from that region. Readings that don't match anything natural on Earth. If that's true, then maybe the Bermuda Triangle isn't an accident. It's a system, a warning, or maybe a prison for something locked beneath the waves. When I came back to Europe, I tried to forget. I told myself it was exhaustion, dehydration, maybe a hallucination caused by magnetic fields. But one night, while editing my footage, I noticed something strange. In one of the frames, just before the blackout, there was a reflection in the water that didn't match my position. It wasn't me. It was someone else, standing on the surface of the water, facing me. His face was blurred, but his eyes were glowing faint blue. I played it again, and the image vanished. I checked the timestamp. It said December 5th, 1945. The date Flight 19 disappeared. My computer crashed right after. That was the moment I realized the Bermuda Triangle doesn't just consume, it copies. Maybe the people who vanish there don't die. Maybe they become part of something else, another version of reality that overlaps with ours only in moments of electromagnetic storms. Maybe they're still out there, trapped between frequencies waiting to be found. Since that day, every time I sleep, I hear the same sound. A low hum, like distant turbines spinning under the ocean. I once tracked the frequency, and it matched underwater sonar pings from the Bermuda region. Coincidence? Maybe. But sometimes, late at night, my compass app glitches, and for a few seconds it points southeast, straight toward the triangle as if calling me back. Maybe one day I'll go again. Maybe next time I won't come back. So what do you think? Is it nature, aliens, or something much older hiding in plain sight? Drop your theories in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more mysteries like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because next week, I'm covering something even darker. A place where ships don't just vanish, they return, but not the same. Until then, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, some waters were never meant to be crossed.